Jesus did not say a word. But the woman kept following along and shouting, so his disciples came up and asked him to send her away. The people found out that he was there, and they sent word to everyone who lived in that part of the country. So they brought all the sick people to Jesus. They begged him just to let them touch his clothes, and everyone who did was healed. Matthew 50. About this time, some Pharisees and teachers of the law of Moses came from Jerusalem. They asked Jesus,
"Why did your disciples obey that our ancestors taught us to do? They don't even wash their hands before they eat."
Jesus answered,
Why do you disobey God and follow your own teaching? Didn't God command you to respect your father and mother? Didn't he tell you to put to death all who curse their parents? But you let people get by without helping their parents when they should. You let them say that what they have has been offered to God. Is this any way to show respect to your parents? You ignore God's commands in order to follow your own teaching. And you are nothing but show-offs. Isaiah the prophet was right when he wrote that God had said, all of you praise me with your words, but you never really think about me. It is useless for you to worship me when you teach rules made up by humans.
Jesus called the crowd together and said,
Pay attention and try to understand what I mean. The food that you put into your mouth doesn't make you unclean and unfit to worship God. The bad words that come out of your mouth are what make you unclean.
Then his disciples came over to him and asked,
Do you know that you insulted the Pharisees by what you said?
Jesus answered,
Every plant that my Father in heaven did not plant will be pulled up by the roots. Stay away from those Pharisees. They are like blind people leading other blind people, and all of them will fall into a ditch.
Peter replied,
What did you mean when you talked about the things that make people unclean?
Jesus then said,
Do any of you know what I'm talking about right now? Don't you know that the food you put into your mouth goes into your stomach and then out of your body? But the words that come out of your mouth come from your heart, and they are what make you unfit to worship God. Out of your heart come evil thoughts, murder, unfaithfulness in marriage, vulgar deeds, stealing, telling lies, and insulting others. These are what make you unclean. Eating without washing your hands will not make you unfit to worship God.
Jesus left and went to the territory near the cities of Tyre and Sidon. Suddenly a Canaanite woman from there came out shouting,
Lord, son of David, have pity on me. My daughter is full of demons.
Jesus did not say a word. But the woman kept following along and shouting, so his disciples came up and asked him to send her away. Jesus said,
I was sent only to the people of Israel. They are like a flock of lost sheep.
The woman came closer. Then she kneeled down and begged,
Lord, please
had sent the crowds away, he got into a boat and sailed across the lake. He came to shore near the town of Magadan. Matthew 16. The Pharisees and Sadducees came to Jesus and tried to test him by asking for a sign from heaven. He told them,
If the sky is red in the evening, you say the weather will be good. But if the sky is red and gloomy in the morning, you say it is going to rain. You can tell what the weather will be like by looking at the sky. But you don't understand what is happening now. You want a sign because you are evil and won't believe. But the only sign we will be given is what happened to Jonah.
Then Jesus left. The disciples had.
But the only sign we will be given is what happened to Jonah.
Then Jesus left. The disciples had forgotten to bring any bread when they crossed the lake. Jesus then warned them,
Watch out. Guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees.
the disciples talked this over and said to each other,
He was saying this because he didn't want to go away.
Jesus knew what they were thinking and said,
You surely don't have much faith. Why are you talking about not having any bread? Don't you understand? Have you forgotten about the 5,000 people and all those baskets of leftovers from just 5 loaves of bread? And what about the 4,000 people and all those baskets of leftovers from only 7 loaves of bread? Don't you know by now that I am not talking to you about bread? Watch out for the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees.
Finally, the disciples understood that Jesus was not talking about the yeast used to make bread, but about the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. When Jesus and his disciples were near the town of Caesarea Philippi, he asked them,
What do people say about the Son of Man?
the disciples answered him,
Some people say it was John the Baptist, or maybe Elijah, or Jeremiah, or some other prophet.
Then Jesus asked them,
But who do you say I am?
Simon Peter spoke up,
You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God.
Jesus told him,
Simon, son of Jonah, you are blessed. You didn't discover this on your own. It was shown to you by my Father in heaven. So I will call you Peter, which means a rock. On this rock I will build my church. Death itself will not have any power over it. Give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven, and God in heaven will allow whatever you allow on earth. But he will not allow anything that you don't allow.
Jesus told his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. From then on, Jesus began telling his disciples what would happen to him. He said,
I must go to Jerusalem. There the nation's leaders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law of Moses will make me suffer terribly. I will be killed, but 3 days later I will rise to life.
Peter took Jesus aside and told him to stop talking that way.
Lord, surely God won't let this happen to you.
Jesus turned to Peter and said,
Satan, get away from me. You're in my way because you think like everyone else and not like God.
Then Jesus said to his disciples,
If any of you want to be my followers, you must forget about yourself. You must take up your cross and follow me. If you want to save your life, you will destroy it. But if you give up your life for me, you will find it. What will you gain if you own the whole world, but destroy yourself? What would you give to get back your soul? The Son of Man will soon come in the glory of his Father and with his angels to reward all people for what they have done. I promise you that some of those standing here will not die